Hi all, we're on 117. I think this is, here's week 10. We've done week 11. It's week 12. And I think we'll stop after week 12 because this is our last week. You can say we're on ethical considerations in communication. This is really a tough topic, even for me as lecturer, because I may have to use some words and things you don't like. We are all different. If you think we are 11 or how many different cultures in our country alone, some things will offend me, some things will offend you. This is where we really need to tread fine. We nearly have to be professional. And we really have to take other people in consideration. Guys, and we also need to understand each other. I know always in class I would have drawn a hat on the board and I would say, what hat am I using? What do you want to pick me as? Racist, sexist, or whatever, these sisters we can talk about. So this is really a sensitive topic we're doing today on ethical considerations because it goes across the whole board. I mean, we're the Rainbow Nation, but that means that we need to treat each and everyone with respect. Guys, it's simply like, as ek nou in Afrikaans begin praat, what I said there is if I start talking in Afrikaans, I'll exclude some of you. And that's not on. So if I'm in a situation where there's, let's say, a Xhosa speaking, a Zulu speaking, an Afrikaans speaking, an English speaking, a Sotho speaking, or whatever type of person, we need to find a language that we all can understand. I can't suddenly just start talking in Afrikaans. She or he starts talking in Zulu, and that one in Xhosa, and that one in English, and that one in, well, our diverse country, you have so many languages. So we really need to take each and everyone in consideration. In class, normally if somebody asks me a question in Afrikaans, I tend to answer it in Afrikaans and in English so that I can actually include everybody. The problem is if I use the English word, let's say, bored. People, we're bored listening to you. Hey, this is a board meeting. Hey, that's a wooden board. There's so many different ways of expressing something different, but you're using the same word as board. From a characteristic to a wooden object to a sensitive meeting. So, yeah, let's see where we go with this. Let me just open that resource. There it is, the last one, ethical considerations in communication. After today, I think I'm going to do your presentation for you. And then we're going to be done with this ethical considerations and the whole communication 117. The median scores, guys, I said I wanted on Friday. I haven't opened it up yet. You'll do exactly the same task in this. You need to write that email and the advert. But I'll open that up for you. I think I'll make the due date Monday. I'll open it up tomorrow. So if you want to start so long with it, you can. Right, ethics. Ethics in communication reflects the way that individuals or group of people go about processing of communication, thus addressing the how of communication. Now, there's a couple of things. Successful communication is achieved when exactly the same message understood by the sender and the receiver. I'm Afrikaans, so if I talk about 2:30, it's 2:30. Of 2:30. So it just messes everything around. And in all our languages, I use board there as an example. But words have got more than one meaning. So we need to make clear, even in instructing people to do exercise, you need to be clear in everyday life, but especially in the work environment, we cannot just communicate haphazardly. People need to know exactly. It needs to reflect our values and carries direct consequences. So we need to take responsibility. We cannot say, hey, brah, how are you today? That's just not on. Even perhaps if you know the person very well and you grew up with him, you can talk to him like that. But you can't talk to anybody else in a professional environment. Ethical communication lies at the foundation of deliberately decision-making and keeps us accountable in our thinking patterns. I need to put a watch in front of my mouth. I cannot tell somebody, oh, gee, I did your fat percentage. You're really fat. Oh, gee, I did your fat percentage. You're very, very skinny. Don't you have anorexia? Bulimia? Oh, you're really fat, you're obese. Guys, this is awful way of talking. You need to really think what you say. You need to know these consequences of your action. Yeah, you're too weak to do this. That's just not on. There's room for improvement is perhaps a better way of saying you're really weak. Don't judge me on this conversation, okay? I need to use these terms to just put some context for you around these bones. So we don't think about it, and we really hurt people if we don't think through. We need to build relationship, develop communications across culture. In my practice, I'm a private practicing biokineticist. I see English people, I see Afrikaans people, I see Xhosa people, I see kids, I see adults, I see the elderly, I see currently 2 Chinese people. I mean, really, how you say something is, and what you say, always be truthful. If somebody asks you a question, don't lie to the person. Give him an honest answer. But remember where that will lead you. You need to be truthful, but you need to take it in consideration. So if the lady asks you, or let's say the man asks you, or let's say person, oh, shucks. I once filled in a form where they ask you your sexuality on the form, a male, female, whatever. There was 23 different answers just in what sex you are. So are you male or female? I thought that's the two, or then they had 23 answers in that questionnaire. So I could be, my sexuality could depend on 23 different things. Oh, guys, this is your bedside manner. This is the most crucial aspect of your practice or of your working environment, being able to communicate correctly with people. Some individuals, for example, are culturally sensitive, while others are not. You can't say these culture don't care, this culture don't care, because in that culture there's certain individuals, and for some it's not on, and for others they don't really care about it. It all depends on our perception. I mean, if you know somebody very well and you grew up with him, then obviously the boundaries gets a bit blurred. But you need to have clear boundaries. Where you go with this, what people expect of you. A lot of you might WhatsApp me on a Sunday. Some days I will answer it. Other days, hey, Sunday, I don't want to communicate with ETA students. Sunday is my rest day. And I just will not break that rule. So watch out for these things, guys. Be sensitive. Remember, people's got boundaries. Basic decisions like the language you choose to communicate, I've mentioned that, can also be ethically based. Deliberate excluding people by taking in another language breaks trust and separates groups. It's even when you discuss an exercise program with a 12-year-old and the parent is there, you need to talk on both that levels. So you need to, it's no point in I'm saying, guys, we're going to do external rotation, we're going to internal rotation, there's valgus or varus. I can't talk to my clients like that. They don't know what it is. I need to make sure they understand me. The hearing impaired, we're all wearing masks. They need to lip read our stuff. So this is really difficult. And a lot of that sign language explain, show, instruct, all those things. So this is really, it's really easy. If you are considerate, if you are professional, you don't downplay, you're truthful, and you really put a watch before your mouth. And when you speak, you try and speak, the truth. If we go at this God ethics, just a couple of points. Let's have a look at them. The first one, do not offend people. I don't really want to go into that. You can easily offend people. You can be sarcastic and think you're making a little joke, but it really burns. It really hurts. Be sensitive. Religion, culture, sex. Those 3 things you don't discuss in your practice. I'm a Christian. I'm not going to discuss my Christianity, although it's my faith. I may see a Muslim, I may see a Jew, I may see a lot of other people. Guys, it's a dangerous topic to move on. Culture, we are culturally different. Sexuality, it's the common things. Fitness 101, you don't sleep with your client. It's just not on. Remove those three from your discussion pattern. Discuss when you train somebody, the exercises, his goals, what do you want to achieve, his form, educate him on the benefits of the exercise. Then the next thing, speak non-judgmental. This relates to offensive but judging others, even if done indirectly, never serves a noble purpose. Do not judge, educate. Okay. I'm not going to mark you, oh, this guy or this girl or this one or whatever. Sure, yeah, she's really dumb. He's really dumb. Guys, you don't go on that. Okay. Always don't judge. Educate. Seek to understand others. Yeah, I don't really know what to say there. One can actually learn a lot from other people if you understand them. We often strive to be right. My will. This is what I must do. But try and understand other people. Try and get into their background. I mean, just look at exercise history of somebody. This guy hasn't trained for 30 years. At school, he never played first team. Or he played in the 15th rugby team or netball team. He never got a position. Or he or she just never wanted to do it. Communicate, learn, educate. It's easy to talk about it. It's really hard in your profession. Boundaries. I've talked a little bit of boundaries. You need to have them. Okay. You need to manage your own personal boundaries. You need to only share what you are comfortable sharing. And so saying, you also need to respect the personal boundaries of others. Like we had sex and culture and religion, we've got boundaries, guys. We work within that boundaries. The fact that I can be on WhatsApp, Google, all these mediums, I still want my own boundaries. And then the next one, respect the speaker always. Don't be disrespectful towards a speaker. Don't interrupt somebody. Don't talk while you're not in class, but don't talk while somebody else is talking. Okay, respect the other person. Be truthful. Don't lie. If somebody asks you, where's this shoe? And you can say, I don't know, but you know Sunny or Kwesi has picked it up. Say, ask Kwesi. Be truthful. Don't hide things. And the seventh point, keep people's things confidential. Their BMI, their HIV, their weight, their height. You don't discuss anything. Guys, that's a lot. Listen to the YouTube clip. We'll do the remedial work and I'll give you some tips for the exam still. Thank you very much. Cheers.